Hello and welcome to Dawn Chorus Writes, a Miraculous Ladybug fanfiction and audio fiction. This is the new series for Marichat Monday, and it is called Romeo and his Marinette for With Love February. And I just want to say a massive happy Valentine's Day, however you wish to choose and celebrate it. I wish you all the best today, and I hope you enjoy part 3. Massive shout out to Kim for the beautiful, stunning artwork in the thumbnail. All her information is in the description below. Make sure you give me some loads of love today, and make sure you smash that like button. Comment down below what you think of this part and what you think will happen in the next part, and make sure you subscribe so you do not miss out on future stories and all the goodies to come. And I hope you enjoy. Part 3. Adrien, Cat's POV. Adrien's alarm went off as he bounced out of bed, grinning at himself for the day ahead. He had an hour before Marinette would get here, which meant he had time for a shower, spray enough Febreze around the room to rid the smell of cheese, and make sure everything he had planned for the day would go smoothly. That was until Natalie FaceTimed him. "Morning, Natalie. My friend Marinette should be arriving in the next hour." He paused when he saw her expression fall. "I'm sorry, Adrien, but you will need to cancel with Marinette, as your father has arranged a photo shoot this morning. Please get yourself together in the selected clothes and meet us downstairs in 30 minutes. Natalie said in her formal tone, but her face said otherwise. "But that was to take place next weekend. I have arranged everything for today. It is for school and it's important. Please, Natalie." "Adrien, your father has decided and it's final. Please inform your friend that you'll need to rearrange for another time." Without another word being said, Natalie ended the call. "I can't believe he has done this. He knew this was important, more so than any other ad campaign where they all look the same. Oh, why can't I just have a simple life and not be Adrien Agreste, the model, fashion icon? That's not me. And how am I going to explain this to Marinette?" Adrien huffed, picked up his phone and began scrolling through his contacts until a cute picture of him and Marinette with her name underneath. "Hey kid, Marinette gets it. She will understand," Plag remarked, carrying cheese to Adrien's bag. "That's not the point, Plag. Everything was perfect for today." Adrien sighed, paused, and took a deep breath before pressing on her number. "Hey, Adrien, am I late? Did we change the time? I'll be there. Oh, soon. I just need to..." Marinette's voice brought a glow to his heart as she fumbled over her words, whilst an image of her dashing around her bedroom in a panic sprang into his mind, a scene he had seen as Cat a few times before, which only made him love her more. "Marinette, wait." "Yes? What's wrong?" "My father has arranged a photo shoot for today, so unfortunately..." "You have to cancel? Oh, I get it. I understand. That's a shame not to hang out. I mean rehearse, yeah, the play. But it's fine. Don't worry about me. I mean the play. We can do it at another time." He could imagine her rosy cheeks as she probably over-gestured on the other side of the phone. "Thanks, Marinette, for understanding, and sorry for turning your day upside down at the last minute." "No, it's fine. No need to worry about me. I will just stick to my previous plans instead, and I hope your shoot goes well for you." A memory flashed into his head of her mentioning plans with Luca and going to see a film together. He had to cancel the day he had planned to spend with Marinette, and now what? Luca was going to take his place? Was he really so easy to replace? Did he mean so little to her? Not that he expected her just to wait around for him, to be able to slot her in. A notification ping brought him out of his loop and realized Marinette was saying his name. Adrien? Are you still there? Is everything alright? Yes. Sorry, I have to go. He couldn't help sounding disappointed, but Natalie had already sent him one reminder, and if he was late, it didn't bear thinking about the repercussions. Oh, okay. Bye then. Before he replied, the phone on the other end went dead. In an act of frustration, he flung his phone onto his bed and quickly dashed for a shower. After 5 minutes and feeling a tad calmer, he got changed into the outfit his father had designed for him. Your phone buzzed from Marinette, Plag teased, floating above it and peering at the screen. Plag, a little privacy, please? He tried to sound disgruntled, but couldn't. As he bounded for the bed and bounced as he landed, not caring for the creases they might cause. He let out a chuckle at the notification of a name on the screen, wondering what more she needed to add. Marinette. Hey, I was just thinking, you could always come round to mine and rehearse on Sunday if you're free. I mean, I don't have the same amount of space, but it might be easier for you. Just a thought. Let me know, and I hope you have some fun at the shoot. Kiss. He read the message over 3 times, smiling. No, grinning to himself. She still wanted to meet up and been thoughtful enough to offer to meet at hers, knowing it would be easier and less stressful for him. Knowing him so well, was this merely a friendship element, or did she know him so well because maybe there could be more? She ended it with a kiss, after all. Okay, now was not the time to overthink it. Adrien. Yeah, that would be great, Marinette. If you're sure your parents don't mind, I would love to. No, delete, too eager. It would be easier. Thank you. Does he add on a little remark on the end, commenting on her day, yet not wanting to hear about her date with Luca? The mere thought caused a pain to slice through his heart. Instead, he pressed send, forgetting to add the kiss to the end. He yanked himself from his bed, placed the phone in his pocket, and grabbed his bag on the way out the door, whilst keeping some of his focus on the silence coming from his pocket, hoping for a buzz in reply. He was climbing into the car when he felt his notification go off his phone. Flinging his bag in first, he quickly slid into the seat and saw Marinette's name on the front as he tugged his lips into a lined smile. Marinette. Sure thing, Adrien, and it's no problem at all. My parents enjoy seeing you. Let me know what time is good for you. Kiss. He could no longer control the thin smile as he read the message. His lips released into an enormous grin and no longer cared if his bodyguard could see. She was so kind and thoughtful, but his gaze lingered over the second kiss she had left him and how she had left it for him to reply, talking about times for tomorrow, but oh, how much he wanted to see her now, craved to see the rosy blush across her cheeks that made her ocean eyes come alive and the sensation of them crashing against his heart. Then an idea formed in his mind. What if Kat popped by again, just to help her run the lines in time for tomorrow? Help her with the confidence? He felt giddy at the idea. Knowing it was her parents' only day off and they might have a late night rehearsing as Kat and his princess, Adrien replied, How about 10 a.m. so it's not too early for your parents? Sorry again about today. I would much rather rehearse with you than do this shoot. Kiss. Was that too bold? Oh, he didn't care. Let her know he had feelings for her. If only he could tell her face to face. Then the anxiety formed as he watched for the 3 dots to appear for the rest of the car journey. Just as he stepped out of the car, he felt the vibration in his hand, which sent sparks flying to his heart. Marinette: you don't need to keep apologizing, you know. I understand. Plus, it gives me time to work on this new project. Kiss. Then she sent 2 more picture messages. The first was a sketch of Romeo and Juliet, but wearing something he had never seen before, a more modern look. The second image was of fabric displayed across the ground and chalk lines to cut along. He couldn't help pausing in step, causing his bodyguard to literally push him forward towards a makeshift makeup tent. His eyes locked on the screen and the image of him as Romeo standing next to his Marinette. She even added in his hairstyle. She was designing them an outfit. That was how she was going to spend her day, and not with Luca. Instead, she was going to be thinking about him. Marinette: I hope you don't mind. It's just Alia said we would need to pick something to wear from the drama closet for the mini performance, and well, I would much rather make something, unless you wouldn't. I get that. Noticing her self-doubt was resurfacing, Adrien quickly typed out his message. That's amazing, Marinette. I love those designs. You are so talented. I should be at your photo shoot right now instead. I would be honored to wear it. Kiss. Marinette: thank you. That means a lot, Adrien. A little confession, part of the reason to invite you around here tomorrow is so I could do a fitting, if you don't mind. Kiss. For the rest of the day, they sent little messages back and forth. She would send him little updates whilst he took behind-the-scenes pictures of the shoot, much to her delight, ending with him inviting her to his next one. They had never messaged each other like this before. It had always been a few lines regarding meeting up with Alia and Nino. But today, to receive these brief moments with his princess, laughing, smiling at her comments, hoping she was doing the same with his, brought a spring to his step which everyone commented on. After dinner, his only companion was his phone. Hoping for another message from Marinette, Adrien waited for the moon to shine brightly in the sky before transforming into Cat.
Kid, why are you going over tonight? Confusing the matters more when you two have been gushing over each other all day in those messages, and you'll see her tomorrow?
Plag said, whilst holding a piece of camembert outstretched in his arm, and in the same mocking manner.
You don't want to end in tragedy like the original Lovebirds, do you? Okay, that's a tad dramatic, and no, it will not, especially since you won't be involved in this ending.
Which resulted in a cackling laugh from Plag.
I mean, today was amazing. We have chatted and messaged each other unlike before, but it's not the same, not like how she was with Cat. To be or not to be a cat?
Plag teased again with another piece of cheese.
Plag, cut it out. Enough. Claws out.
It would be fine. Cat would simply go there and check on how she was doing, hope to squash any nerves about tomorrow, then leave. What could go wrong with that plan? Cat jumped across the rooftops, unwilling to remove the smile from his face and excited to see his princess. He was expected to see her through the skylight, bent over her sewing machine or staring at a mannequin. He hadn't expected to see her standing on her balcony, studying the book in her hand.
Evening, princess.
Cat landed on the railing, causing Marinette to let out a gasp in shock, followed by a laughter in relief. Cat! We have talked about you sneaking up like that, she said through a giggle.
What? Should I proclaim my approach? How many roofbacks would you like me to shout from?
He wriggled his eyebrows at her rolling eyes, but the smile never left her lips. Ha ha, kitty. You know what I mean. But what brings you back here again tonight?
You, princess. He leaned in a little closer and watched her glance up at him through her lashes, and the blush tinged her cheeks. His heart leapt in his chest. "I'm honoured, Kitty, but honestly..." She pulled her gaze away from him and nervously tucked a strand of hair behind her ear. Stepping down from the rail, Kat edged closer. "I came to see how you were getting on with your play and rehearsal after last night," he said softly, but paused before getting closer, resisting the urge to place his hand on her shoulder. "Oh, it's not really. I mean, it was postponed until tomorrow, so I have only been..." She gestured to the book in her hand. "If you would like, Princess, I could run lines with you, help you out before tomorrow." "What? Like last night? You still want to be my Romeo, Kitty?" "Why not? Can you think of anyone else better to play your Romeo?" Kat said, knowing he was playing with fire, especially after the connection he had had with Marinette today as Adrien. "Well..." she muttered, flicking through her book and the rosy blush deepening in her cheeks. "Oh, really? This Romeo has a rival for his Marinette?" Making it clear he wasn't talking about Juliet. "Kat, you mock me, dear sir." He could tell she was trying to keep her voice light, but her shoulders slumped as she glanced down across the city. "Of course not, Marinette," he whispered, finally landing a hand on her shoulder. "Tell me, what's wrong?" "It's nothing. I'm just being silly, that is all. Nervous. Just the thought of it." "The thought of what?" He stepped closer. "Of your rival. That he would... Never mind. But oh..." "What is it, Marinette? You know you can tell me anything, as cats are good listeners." "I know you are, Kitty. You're a great friend." At the sound of the word caused his heart to drop like a lift without brakes, plummeting down to the hidden depths below. "Yeah, friends. And as such, you can tell me what has my princess so tangled up. Is it the words or the performance or..." Her face suddenly turned round as she blurted out, "Kiss?" "What? A kiss? What kiss?" He jumped back a little at this new revelation. She shrugged her shoulders and turned away from him again. "I know, but it was something Alia said, and now I can't get it out of my head. What if he is expecting it? I mean, tomorrow, or what if he doesn't? I mean, want to?" He could feel the blush forming across his face, grateful for the darkness of the night as flashes of dreams resurfaced in his mind. Oh, the idea that he could kiss Marinette tomorrow. But did she even want to? But does he want to? It being their first kiss, as he wouldn't want her to feel like she didn't need to, anything she didn't want to. "If you don't feel comfortable about it, then I'm sure..." Flustered, he struggled to construct his words into a sentence. "I know he wouldn't. It's not that." She slowly turned round and looked at him, giving him a soft smile. "Princess?" He leaned in and chuckled. She covered her hands over her face and let out a moan. "Oh, what if I'm no good? What if I make a fool of myself?" "That's not possible, Princess. He would have to be a fool to not want to," he said in earnest, whilst gently resting his hand on her arms, watching her peer through the gaps of her fingers. "Kitty, how can you say it with such..." He was no longer thinking with his head, but with his heart. Slowly, he moved one of her hands from her face. "Marinette,"
he breathed. Both hands went down from her face and were now clinging onto his bell as she leaned in closer. Oh, what was happening? Was she about to? Kitty? She breathed onto his lips, pausing. Could he? Should he? He hadn't realized it was happening until his lips were softly brushing against hers. Oh, his heart was pounding in his chest as his soul did somersaults. Was this really happening? Did this mean? What did it? His hand ran up her shoulder, felt a shiver as it continued from her neck into her hair. He dared to kiss her that bit more passionately and was surprised when she returned the kiss. Oh, he could have lasted in the moment forever, kissing his princess, his Marinette, but they both pulled back, blushing and breathless. Oh, Marinette? Kitty, she whispered as her fingers brushed over her lips. We just... Yeah, we did. He automatically rubbed the back of his neck as an awkward silence hung between them, unsure of what he should say. Did she regret kissing him? Who kissed who first, anyhow? But she had kissed him back, right? But was it a mistake? It was, after all, his first proper kiss, but surely it wasn't hers, was it? I mean, she dated Luca for a while. They must have... He watched her blush into the collar of her favorite jacket, hiding part of her face. Unless... He should say something. Anything. Marinette, It's fine, Cat. I should... He watched her amble back to the skylight. Her voice held a tone of what? Disappointment? As she picked up her book. Get back inside. I will see... Why couldn't he move? Say something. Stop her from getting the wrong idea. Why was he suddenly acting more like Adrien than the confident tomcat? Wait, Marinette, please? Oh, what had he done? He had to make a choice. Does he tell her his feelings as Cat, or does he choose Adrien? But which one would she pick, if any, or had all of this been a mistake? It's fine, Cat. The sound of her voice made him believe it was anything but fine. But what should he do? Oh, the look on her face made his heart ache. No, Marinette! He lunged forward, grabbed hold of her sleeve. Princess, it's not fine. It's anything but fine. My feelings for you are so much deeper than fine. She paused, glancing down at his hand on her sleeve and then up towards his face, rolling her lips between her teeth in her nervous manner. What are you saying, Kitty? I know we jest back and forth, but now is not the time. Princess. He edged closer, his hand moving up her arm. Marinette, I'm not jesting. I would never. His hand reached her cheek, cupping it with his gloved hand, wishing it was his bare hand, whilst his other hand found the indent of her waist. I love you. I have done for a while, and I would really like to kiss you again. He leaned in and waited to see if she made an excuse to refuse, back out of his hold, but she did and said nothing. He closed his eyes and tasted the sweetness of her lips. Again, his heart now hammering. No,
thundering against the shooting bolts of lightning erupting across his body as she leaned in against him, pulling him in tighter as she kissed him back. The beat suddenly turned into a salsa dance inside his chest. Was it possible then? She liked him back? Oh, then it melted altogether as her fingers reached into his hair and around his cat ears, finding himself purring. His eyes darted open in surprise and caught hers, sparkling back at him. Slowly they broke apart, unsteady on his feet. Did you honestly mean what you said? You really feel that way about me, Kitty? She did that gesture with her lip again, but now unable to hold his eyes. Yes, I do, but I understand if you don't. I mean, feel the same way. He shrugged, waiting for the other shoe to drop. He couldn't be this lucky, could he? Well, Kitty, I do really like you. No, I mean, it's just all a bit sudden. He saw the panic form across her face. It's fine, princess. Take your time. I understand. I'm not going anywhere. Either you choose me or not. I will always be here for you. He forced out a smile, not sure if he meant it. Thank you, Kitty. I just take the time. And speaking of which, it's getting late and I need to go and allow you some sleep before your rehearsal tomorrow. I will pop by again soon. Unsure of how to gesture his goodbye, he was about to turn and take out his baton when he felt a flutter against his cheek. Marinette leaned back again, but he saw the storm that was now brewing out into the ocean of her eyes. You had better, my Romeo. Night. Sweet dreams, my princess, my Marinette. He turned his back on her and levered across the roofs, feeling a pit of torment forming in his stomach. What had he done? Thank you for listening to part 3 of Romeo and his Marinette. Comment down below what you thought of it and what will happen in part 4, which shall come out next Monday. Make sure you subscribe so you do not miss out on future episodes and chapters and parts, and I hope you have a happy Valentine's Day. Again, however you wish to choose or celebrate it or not at all, I wish you all the best, and I better go and relax my voice now. It is going very croaky, and I will speak to you soon. Bye.